see a lot less, well, I don't know, it feels like a lot less eyes now. I think US Open is like the prime of prime time. So yeah, it was a very like tough, because I'm like used to attention, but I don't know if it was more, but it felt like a lot more.
Did it feel more?
Yeah, it felt like a lot more in that moment. So once it was all over, I think it was honestly a great learning experience for me. I definitely don't regret or my decision or anything. I would do it again 1,000 times. But I think for me, it just made me a better player and a better person on and off the court. Just having to learn how to navigate all of that. And you know, being on tour, there's sometimes.
At the WTA, Coco Gauff is back in play and making a big impression. However, her game isn't the only thing receiving attention. She's also talking about the considerable media attention she's had after her run at the US Open. Coco has stated unequivocally that she did nothing wrong. She is criticizing the dubious officiating throughout the competition as well as the media personalities who have attempted to damage her reputation. An FX news anchor who made hurtful, unwarranted comments about her was a major target. Coco refused to give up. She is actually suing that anchor for an enormous $50 million, demonstrating her refusal to allow anyone to unfairly disparage her. She is defending herself both on and off the court because she is aware that she has been the focus. Let's examine this more closely to see why Coco Gauff is demonstrating that she is not only a champion on the court, but also a formidable force in the media.
I was really patient the whole match. She was going over the time since the first set, and I never said anything. I would look at the umpire, and she didn't do anything. And then obviously the crowd started to notice that she was taking long, so you would hear people in the crowd yelling time or, you know, doing the watch motion. It got to the point where she was doing it a lot on my serve, and my issue with that was the ref was calling the score like a couple seconds after the point was finished, so it made it look like I was serving abnormally fast, but that's where that was getting annoyed too, and it wasn't like we were having long rallies. So I was finally happy when the time violation came, but obviously on my serve, I was like, she has to be ready when I'm serving.
Coco Gauff re-examined the situation surrounding the US Open and thought back to the instance in which she contested the referee's ruling. She spoke to the media following the match, appearing composed but clearly distressed as she discussed the controversial line decision in the second set. The problem started when a linesperson called a shot out mistakenly, causing Gauff to knock the ball into the net. The chair umpire reversed the call and gave Vic the point despite the obvious error. Gauff voiced her dissatisfaction with the state of affairs, pointing out a trend of dubious choices made throughout her matches and advocating for a shift in the way tennis officiating is conducted. Coco Gauff played down the situation, claiming that it wasn't as big as the media portrayed it to be. She stated unequivocally that she doesn't give a damn about the attention these topics receive, although she did concede that when something is certain to catch people's attention, it will. Gauff subtly addressed the media's involvement in exaggerating the situation, implying that she won't put up with a controversy that she has no influence over if the media exaggerates it. It was a subtle shot at the media personality who had previously opposed her, indicating that she would not put up with any unjust criticism or deception.
And I'm sure it's not going to be the first time or last time in my career where there's maybe some attention, maybe not necessarily with me on the game, but maybe something can happen in my personal life. I don't know, that there will be more attention.
Furthermore, Coco Gauff has faced other controversies lately. Additionally, there was the fallout from her victory over Aryna Sabalenka. Even though Coco won, Sabalenka found it difficult to acknowledge that Gauff had just outperformed her that particular day. Rather, Sabalenka dismissed Gauff's faultless performance and blamed her own errors for her defeat. These remarks merely fueled the media frenzy. However, Coco was not going to give Sabalenka a free pass. She retaliated during a press conference, demonstrating her determination to keep Sabalenka from undermining her hard-won victory. Since then, the two players' rivalry has become even more intense as the friction between them has only increased. It's obvious that the stakes have never been higher as their next meeting approaches. Despite Sabalenka's offensive remarks, Coco Gauff managed the whole thing with incredible grace. She firmly dismissed the criticism, demonstrating that it had no bearing on her. For Coco, the most important thing was that she won the bout despite being the underdog thanks to her unwavering skill and perseverance. She was clearly mature. Sabalenka obviously battled with maintaining her calm under pressure, yet she knew when to speak up. But even though Coco responded calmly and handled the matter gracefully, the media persisted in treating her unfairly, which fueled the controversy and clouded her well-earned success.
Serena was playing the last few weeks. She was the favorite to win, so I think she was the best person that I could have played in the final. Her being #1 in the world, she was the best person to play, so I think I got the hardest matchup just if you go off stats alone. Obviously, Iga being a champion here, it was going to be a tough match either way. But yeah, I think regardless of who I played, I think I had a good
However, Coco Gauff is more motivated than ever, preparing for the biggest match of the year with composure and concentration. She revealed that the latter half of the season has given her a significant boost in confidence, leading her to think she has what it takes to triumph once more. She is determined to win, even though she is aware that the path ahead won't be simple. Coco stressed that she's not letting any outside pressure get to her, and that she's taking each match as it comes. She believes that Sabalenka would finally falter, and Gauff will be prepared to take advantage of it when that occurs.
Get ready for the final push of the season, and definitely it gives me a lot more confidence, I think, going into WTA Finals, especially how the mid part of the season went for me, especially in New York and everything.
Despite being treated disrespectfully by Aryna Sabalenka, Coco Gauff remained composed. She declared with assurance that the negativity didn't bother her. She only cared that Coco won the match fairly and that Aryna was the favorite going into it. Coco exhibits a degree of poise that Sabalenka obviously lacks, knowing when to talk and how to manage herself. Coco Gauff's game is spot on, and it's obvious that she's more than prepared to compete. Many think she's a strong candidate to win the competition once more, this time with a full range of abilities that make her a powerful force. Her serve is one of the aspects of her game that has improved the most. It's more stronger and more dependable than it was the previous year, and this improvement will surely be crucial to her success at the WTA Finals, particularly when facing elite opponents like Sabalenka. Coco is ready to make even more of an impact on the competition with this new weapon in her arsenal. Coco Gauff boldly declared that she is completely conscious of the burden she has and that everything she does is closely monitored. However, she made it clear that the media will never be able to weaken her resolve, despite their best efforts. She stressed that such techniques would not affect her and is committed to continuing to give powerful performances. Coco demonstrates that nothing can divert her from her objective by remaining steadfast in her conviction that she will overcome the commotion and triumph once more.
It's rare sports too that we don't really have closed practices. Like, we're always practicing, and I think that was a tough thing, just having to work on emotion, and all the cameras when I would walk on court would turn to me. Everybody was trying to see everything, so it was a cool experience. I mean, it was not in the moment, but now looking back, it was funny and I can laugh.
This is the actual problem. Despite this, nobody in the tennis community has publicly criticized the media for their depressing remarks about Coco. Gauff has addressed the lack of sportsmanship displayed following Sabalenka's defeat to Coco, who was, let's be honest, the better player that day. This has sparked debates about whether a new rivalry is emerging that might be as intense as the storied rivalry between Serena Williams and Sharapova. However, the rivalry feels even more intense this time around due to interpersonal conflicts and media pressure. Although Coco Gauff's ascent in the tennis world has been nothing short of remarkable, there have been difficulties along the way. It's evident that Gauff is no stranger to hardship given the attention given to her US Open scandal and the critical remarks made by Aryna Sabalenka. What distinguishes her, though, is her extraordinary poise in the face of criticism from the media and disdain from rivals. Gauff has demonstrated that she is not only a gifted athlete, but also capable of handling pressure both on and off the court. She responds to these difficulties with tenacity and resolve. Coco has stated unequivocally that she would not allow criticism from the media or other players to interfere with her concentration or performance. Knowing that her abilities, particularly her enhanced serve, are more than sufficient to put her back in the running for another title, she is prepared to take on any challenge. She is a formidable force and more than prepared for the next major challenge because of her maturity, poise, and unshakable confidence in her skills. Coco Gauff has often shown that she is unfazed by the media's attempts to fan the flames of scandal. The tension is significantly heightened by the emergence of a new rivalry between her and Sabalenka. However, it's obvious that Gauff is ready to use any criticism as motivation for her next triumph. It's only a matter of time until she silences her detractors and demonstrates once more that she is among the greatest in the game as she develops as a player and a person. Coco Gauff has a bright future ahead of her, and her journey is far from over. What are your thoughts on all of this? Do you think Coco Gauff is responding appropriately to the media attention and rivalry with Sabalenka? What are your thoughts on the way the media has portrayed her, particularly in light of her amazing victory? Do you believe that, like the Serena Sharapova dispute, this new rivalry has the potential to become one of the most fierce in tennis history? Above all, do you believe Coco has what it takes to win another big championship? Please share your opinions in the comments section. We would be interested in knowing your thoughts on the events surrounding Coco Gauff.